You guys asked me to spend a week doing something awesome and legal and to record it so you guys could take a look. There are tons of awesome things to do out there, so it took me a while to decide. But then I realized that we're first semester seniors and we aren't doing anything awesome. Instead, we are all doing the same thing, sitting in class or at home, working on schoolwork and applications in order to get into the best school that we can. And if we are ever out, we're usually pestered with the same questions about recommendations and safeties and tuition. So I could only think of one way to make our humdrum weekends truly awesome. I needed to ask my friends the one question they'd never been asked. How do you feel in this college admissions process? I want to give my friends the opportunity to talk emotionally and candidly about how they actually feel about this crazy undertaking. It may not be stereotypically awesome, but to me, it's about as awesome as it gets.
I'm not really sure how the process is helping. Whenever I think about college applications, frankly, I'm just paralyzed.
There's so much, hubbub about the Ivy Leagues when there are so many places that may be a better fit for you than an Ivy.
Yet somehow to this day, I find myself with so many essays that I can't even comprehend them.
You're putting everything about you on the line for someone to judge, and in the end, you don't even know if it will pay off. You have no clue whether you're going to get into these schools because of the competitive nature of the application process.
I mean, you take these entrance exams like your SAT and the ACT, and everybody has to take them, and it's really no measure of your intelligence.
I just feel like I can't really do my life justice, and maybe that's my fault. I feel like the process is kind of dehumanizing. I just find myself hoping that who I am as a person will shine through somehow, even through all the stress that I find myself in.
It's no measure of how creative you are or how good you are at solving problems that aren't math problems, or like how to answer a question based on a passage.
I feel like everything I've worked for is just kind of reaching this culmination, and it's almost like I don't even have control over it anymore.
And it doesn't show how cool all of us are and how interesting we are.
I feel consumed by work in my daily life at this point. 500 words? Tell me who you are in 500 words. Are you serious? What? No, I can't do that.
And it just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy.
The stakes are so high that I feel like it has to be the best work that I've ever created. It has to be the masterpiece of my whole life.
And it's terrifying doing all of this work, sacrificing so much of your time for these applications, and having no idea whether it will mean anything or whether it's a complete waste of your time.
Now that you guys have heard about how my friends feel, I think it's about time that you heard how I feel. Never in my life have I felt so much pressure to be better in every aspect than the person I'm sitting next to. The scariest part is what feels like such minute details determining such a large part of my future. I don't want to have to sell myself. You have to show them why their school would be lacking in excellence, intelligence, and in personality without you there. That's really hard. It's also really hard to let go of some control. With direct and indirect recommendations, you're counting on other people to write about you and to get across who you are inside and outside of the classroom. Sometimes I want to scream, but I want to get into college more than I want to scream. I've shown you that applying to college is a lot of things, including frustrating. But I know that when I look back in 70 years, I'm not going to remember this. I'm going to remember the most amazing 4 years of my life that I had at college. So, even though this can be frustrating and hard, I'm excited. It was just nice to have an awesome weekend to let my friends and I vent and talk about how we really feel. To all my friends that did these videos for me, thank you so much. And good luck in the next 4 years and in your futures.